I've changed schedule on Twitch yet again. Let's talk about that, I guess. I have been through experiences that were painful and difficult, but I have no regrets because they were lessons. Thanks God I had a good therapist there. Hi everyone, welcome for this new video. I'm Elloa, content creator on Twitch and YouTube for more than a decade and a World of Warcraft player for more than 20 years. It's been a long time, but I'm still here, I'm still playing, I'm still creating content, still streaming, even too. I've been that close to stop definitively, but hey, I'm here, so let's talk about the months of April. April was a very beautiful month. It's the spring, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, it's beautiful, and it has been a month of reconsiderating everything. But let's start with World of Warcraft. First, I will be talking about the change of schedule and the reason why. After that, in case some of you are only interested in World of Warcraft. I'm so sorry, but this cannot do. All the people that have OCDs will be like stuck in front of this door, not knowing what to do, not being capable of doing anything else than just saying, no, Blizzard, this cannot happen. Blizzard, you need to correct that. This is really important. As I've been explaining in the last video, the March recap, I'm playing a lot less World of Warcraft. So in comparison to before, where I was streaming and playing World of Warcraft all day long or almost, it's very reduced and I can feel it in my way of playing. I have been behind everyone else when I was leveling through the campaign of Midnight and gearing up my character to get it ready for raiding, but I had to put some effort and to catch up with people, otherwise I will be that person, you know, with the really bad gear that is being carried by everyone else. And I don't like to be carried by other people, I want to pull my weight. Now my character is relatively okay. It's not the best, but it's fine. I do have the proper equipment, I have my 4 set bonus, I have somewhat good healing trinket and the proper stat for Resto Shaman. So let's speak about my relationship with my Resto Shaman. So first of all, I really love Shaman. I enjoy Elemental, but I play it casually, more casually let's say, and I really like Resto Shaman as well. I find it very, very fun, but it seems that I'm not good at it. So there's reason. Obviously it's a class that while I have been playing it before, I never pushed myself super far into it, so I have everything to discover to truly play it seriously, and I don't have 20 years of experience to back that up. So when I started raiding, for example, that was in the month of March, I felt so clumsy, so out of the blue, so not ready to really pull my weight. But then I've been training myself, I've been reading up some guides, I have gearing up my character to be able to be a good player. Yet the results are still not there, and this kind of frustrates me a little bit. So it's not to the point when I don't like my character, but I'm just frustrated with myself because I expect better of myself. So I will have to put some work into that, and considering that I do not have so much time on my hands, I will have to squeeze it in some ways. So when it's come to raiding, I feel like I'm not really pulling out my weight in comparison to the other healers of my team, and it kinda depressed me a little bit, but at the same time I'm really enjoying the fight, I'm enjoying my team in general, I'm having fun with them. This is also one of the reasons why I want to be better, obviously. And we had a good time during the month of April. So if you enjoy to follow me raiding, it's every Tuesday and every Thursday, starting at 20 p.m. Central Time or server time. We have been progressing through the Voidspire. We completed it in the heroic difficulty, and we did our first mythic boss. April was also the release of the March of Quel'Danas, the next part of the story, and the new raid with 2 boss, Baldur and the last one, Lura. And I think it's a very great raid. First, the fight of Baldur is very fun, very interesting, pretty challenging but not too much, yet you have to coordinate yourself, and this is the kind of fight that I like. I like when you have to work your way and coordinate with all the other players while at the same time being a good player yourself and being responsible of yourself. Speaking of which, Lura fight is mind-blowing on that regard. It's so good, I really like it. First, I really like the boss itself. It's narrow, it's beautiful, it's aesthetically pleasing, the atmosphere is a little bit mystical. Then the fight itself is so interesting. I like all the phases, and especially the first one with the symbol that you have to repeat, the memory game. And because the add-ons are not working, even those that are supposed to work and allowed by Blizzard, but they just don't work. So you have to have your guild leader, your red leader, guiding the rest of the reds, and I like that. I like that we have to make the effort of communicating with each other, or coordinating in advance, and preparing ourselves to be able to do this fight well. It's a very long fight, and it's a very interesting fight. It has really the nice amount of personal responsibility, teamwork and coordination of the wall, and as well as some specific people that will have to do something specific, like the crystal holders, for example. I think this is pretty nice. It is a little bit confusing when you do it the first time, but once you get it, it starts to be more and more making sense, and then you have a really great sense of achievement. Well, I'm saying that, and my team still have not killed Lura in heroic mode. We have done a mythic boss, but we have not killed Lura heroic because it's pretty tough. It is really tough. You really need to play well, and that I really like. So I love the Lura fight. It's really a great one.
Questo? Credo.
Huh? I thought I had the one. We overlapped there. My bad.
I think I blinked on top of you and got it.
Oh
so
my God.
Skin issue. So.
You stole my crystal, you say?
We're too tired, guys. Besides reading, I have been, of course, doing a lot of Mythic Plus with my friends, and I needed to do some Mythic Plus to get some better equipment, or to be able to upgrade my equipment, and getting better with the shaman. And this is pretty fun because as a resto shaman in Mythic Plus, I don't have the feeling that I'm so bad. Maybe I am, but I don't have anyone else to compare me with. I'm just doing my job, trying to do it well, and so far so good. I have the feeling that I get it, that I understand the class. So why is it not working when I'm raiding? Well, now I know that the difficulty of the Mythic Plus have been decreased with this season, so it's not as difficult as it was in the War Within, and that's probably why I have already done almost every key at 10 plus, but I like it. I think it's fun and enjoyable, and I still wish to push my character further. I've also played a lot less than I used to in the past, so I'm not tired of the mythics yet, and I'm still excited to do them. I will not be able to tell you which one is my favorite, but there is no mythic that I hate so far. Besides that, I have tried to keep up with all of the side content that you have in Midnight. It's crazy, there's way too much activity to do. I am not complaining, by the way, I think it's great, but it's a little bit overwhelming when you're not playing every day, because there's so many things to do, you can never do everything. Right, so here, this is a annoying little moment. But if we do it well... No!
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
And that's it for World of Warcraft, so now let's speak about the other things. Well, first of all, let me speak about my Astrology Friday, because I'm continuing the Astrology Friday and this is something I want to develop. So now I am preparing some content, some mini course that I'm sharing with you. So this allows me to revise what I know about astrology and to dive deeper into some specific subject, like I was a kid at school that needed to do a presentation in front of the class. You see, this kind of work. And so I am preparing that to be able to do a nice presentation to you guys, so you know more about astrology and maybe this will arouse your interest for what astrology truly is. So far, it has interested people. I have received really nice feedback from the people that are watching the stream, and granted, it is not overpopulated, so it's not like I'm breaking the record of viewership here, but the people that are present do it for a reason, and they always seems to be very interested with the topics of discussion. And then I'm offering some readings. So I do offer readings for 10 euro for approximately 20 minutes of me paying attention to your chart in two directions. For now, I'm offering the lunar nodes reading and then the big three, which include the sun, moon, and ascendant, because I cannot, of course, in 20 minutes do the full chart, and I also don't feel confident enough yet to be able to do that without studying the chart in advance. So for something that is more fast-paced and in the fly, because I just got the chart as we speak, I prefer something more simple where I can really focus on something that I have been really observing a lot in my own chart or with my family, etc. So those are two elements I'm relatively confident to be able to offer. That being said, this is something that I really underline. I'm an astrologer in training, meaning that I'm studying, and this is practicing. So a well-trained, certified astrologer will go a lot more in depth than I do, but this really allows me to train myself, because part of the training in astrology is to read a lot of charts. And the fact that you guys can support me through that means is really nice, because I feel like I offer you something. You're not just subscribing to the channel or gifting a sub. Like, I actually give you value for your money. And at the same time, this allows me to go to my therapy. Because, yeah. So this is nice. Instead of not being able to go to my therapy anymore, thanks to you guys, I can go once a month. So your purchase of readings are so helpful, and I'm very grateful. Pluto is also about sexuality, so you can see how the excess can go with the sensuality of the Taurus. So it's very much dark Taurus. So Pluto in Taurus is dark Taurus. Stubbornness become obsession. Indulgence become how you can say, like it can become toxic, you know. So I find it quite interesting to see that. Of course, the people that have Pluto in Taurus in their birth chart are all dead. They don't exist anymore. They are dead a long time ago. So no one on this planet have Pluto in Taurus in their chart. Alright, so if you like astrology, if you enjoy it, if you're curious, or if you're skeptical, but you're still curious enough to want to know more, join me on the Friday with the new schedule. Yeah, because we changed that as well. The Friday astrology starts at 6 p.m. and lasts approximately 2 or 3 hours, or maybe more if suddenly it has become extremely popular, who knows. You will be very welcome, and you can always come up with questions. I've also opened 2 astrology channels on Discord. One is reserved for the VIP, so if you're a VIP, you have access to that channel, and it's really allow you to ask some questions that are more private, because it's a private channel and so it's not public. And then there's a public channel where I'm going to give the VOD access to the past episode of the Astrology Friday, as well as the plans of the future episode, the subject we're going to speak about. You can also ask your question and we can interact. So that's really a channel for interacting with each other related to the astrology in general. I might also share some stuff that I find interesting, some video that I'm watching, some astrologer that I enjoy to watch or read or whatever. So it's really a channel to discuss about astrology together. And then obviously most of my time in April was spent with the Just Chatting and Co-working streams. So like I've been announcing in March I was doing. And so during the Just Chatting segment, I'm talking with my community like I've been doing since 2018. So it's been 8 years I'm doing that. And this is an important moment for me to connect with my friends, to connect with the viewers, to be able to have real discussion and exchange with each other without being distracted by a video game or some other activities. And then there was a co-working where I am working the rest of the day with calm, relaxing, meditative music and doing my task. And this month I've been working specifically on two projects. The first one, a Tree Nation video, because I want to introduce to the world and specifically to content creators and community leaders the beautiful organization that Tree Nation is. Join us, plant some tree, reforest the world, make a beautiful planet. Let's work together, it's important. So that's video I will be explaining what Tree Nation truly is and why it does matter, why it's important to take part of this. The other project was to find a job and to write some application, and I did send 2 of them. Now I'm waiting the answer. Well, I got an answer, which was a decline. That was the first one, but the second one I didn't receive a decline, so I'm still waiting and we will see. The months I had this lingering feeling of doubt and discouragement, and sometimes it was really invading me very strongly too. I don't think you could read it on my face, but every time I started to feel that way and started to think, I need to stop this is not working. I always had a friend coming into the chat and starting to chat with me and reboosting my morale. It happened several times and it was always someone different and it was always by chance. But I ended by deciding to stop co-working anyway. It doesn't work for me. I tried for 3 months and the idea behind it made perfect sense. It is time that I take charge of my real life. I need to find a different way of earning a living, and I will be doing co-working so I can work and stay in touch with my community. But the reality is that I find that my content is not good. And it was not meant to be good. It was just meant to keep the connection with the friends. That's all. But I don't like to do content that I don't find good, even if there's a good reason behind it. I started to be more and more ashamed of my stream and not to be able to speak about it proudly. So there was a dissonance between myself and myself. I was not exactly in coherence over here. Then the other fact is that over time, my idea of where I was heading has been changing. And this is really complicated to explain shortly, but I had a kind of vision when I started that I wanted to become a video editor as a freelance and earn a living that way. And I don't think that's the direction I want to go. There's several reasons for that. First, if I am doing content creation for other people as a job and I have commission, so to speak, and deadline and style that I need to respect, I will be doing that all day long. So I will be sitting on my computer still again. And will I still have the motivation to do it for myself? I realized that no, maybe I want to do different activities as a job so I can keep the passion and the fire for my own creativity. It took me a very long time to find the medium in which I could really express my creativity, and it has been YouTube and content creation and videos. I don't want to lose that. And if I'm doing it as a freelance job, which will be very hard and very difficult to do because we are competing with people living in India and Pakistan that have very, very competitive fees, obviously. And you cannot really compete with them, I guess. So I don't think this is the path for me. Then I also received some administrative information that I didn't have before, and the result is that I really need to find a part-time job with at least 20 hours per week. All in all, I decided to not do co-working anymore, to reduce my streaming time to the evening and the Saturday, and of course the Astrology Friday, and to spend the rest of the day alone in private to work on finding a job. It's still unclear where my future lies, but I have a little bit a sharper indication of what I want, what I don't want, and what I can put in place to get myself out of the situation I am at the moment. I have to find a way. And that's the reason why I changed my schedule, and why I will be streaming less, and why there will be no more just chatting stream during the lunch break or the morning if you were in America, like I did for 8 years. But it's alright, because Uranus just moved in Gemini, and so we have a new cycle starting up. 7 years of craziness, fast-paced intellectual speed and revolution in our perception of our mind and of reality. It's going to be quite something, and we're going to talk about that during the Astrology Friday in the month of May. Yes. And that's it for the April recap. Thank you so very much for watching, and thank you guys for your support and your kindness. Remember that you are always welcome on Twitch at any time, and if you want to let me a message in the comments below, if you want to communicate with me, do not hesitate. I really like to maintain this communication. And in case you are not seeing this on your feeds, I'm also publishing a short per day, which is a little extract of the stream. So if you don't have the time to watch Twitch and to join us during the streams, and especially now that I've changed my schedule, maybe it's impossible for you, I always put one clip per day, so you can see a little extract of the most fun moment and whatnot. All right, thank you guys, you take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye.